So, another Suburban homesteading update for 2022. I gave you the reason why I'm not out in the mountains turkey hunting. Planting day, split over 2 weekends. Planting day was supposed to be last weekend, but we had a cold snap, so we delayed putting our starts in the ground until this weekend. Last weekend we sowed seeds. This weekend it starts. But we're expecting a high of 85, which means that beyond transplant shock, we got the sun trying to wilt our starts. So, improvised shade. Never thought I'd use backpacking equipment for gardening, but there you go. Major improvisation right here. I just shifted this thing around. They're starting to wilt. I'm going to water them in a little bit and mist them down. They make it 3 cantaloupe and 1 honeydew. We planted zucchini. 2 plants, one right there and one over there, kind of catty corner to each other. And these are going to be cucumbers. We got some pickling cucumbers and then the ones for eating. I like pickles. Potato bags. I forget what we put here. Green beans, maybe. That might be green beans. Peppers. These are all peppers. Jalapenos. That type of thing. Onions. Carrots, which we planted to thin out some more. And over here we got tomatoes. Various types of tomatoes. Some are Roma, some are I forget what meat steak or something like that. Sounded appetizing. This whole box we sowed with corn. Chives, been using those. Peas, not all of them germinated. Lettuce. This actually is not a weed. This is lettuce. More lettuce. Grapes are coming in good. If every one of these strawberries bounce back from the winter really nicely, if every one of these flowers turns into strawberry, then we're going to have strawberries coming out of our ears. It brings me to chickens. Lesson learned with pellets. Stuff that looks like that. This stuff really expands out like a lot. Like a lot. Like a layer of a couple inches. And the chicken run turned into like 6 bags or so of chicken litter I had to shovel out not too long ago. All that is just litter. There was so much in it, it was starting to blow the run out. So I had to get in there and address that. Some of it I'm not going to be able to get out. And the chickens themselves, they're producing they're keeping us stocked up with anywhere between 36 and 54 eggs. Basically, anywhere between 2 and 3 18-pack cartons. They're producing about 2 to 4 eggs a day. Probably got one sitting on a nest right now. Other than that, I'm wondering if it would have been worth spending 3 times the money on lumber and building our own run rather than buying this kit, because they use some really cheap redwood. And I got cracks like this all through the hen house with the wood contracting. It's pulling out of the tongue and groove. So I need to fix that before winter, because it's going to open up a lot of air gaps and let a lot of cold air into the hen house, since we're not really running a heat lamp. It could be an issue. A little undecided how I'm going to fix that yet. I might just use more plywood like I did with this big gap right here. If all else fails, I might just staple a roll of visqueen around it. Ooh. Okay, I'll leave her alone. That was angry chicken. All right. Anyway, more strawberries. Raspberries are bouncing back. Anyway, got some leftover starch right there. This was my kids' sandbox. Now it's a hardening box. Anyway, hopefully I can get back out in the mountains and go finish my turkey hunt for the year. Don't know when. Oh. All right, you have a good one.